Hi everyone, welcome to the class in 2025 fourth semester. I'm Sungmin Lee, an associate professor in the Department of Landscape Architecture and Urban Planning, and welcome to the class. And I believe either of you take URPN 220 or your Plan 624. Those two courses are different, but this is a stacked course. So your PM 220 is targeted for undergraduate urban design or planning or policy students, and Plan 624 is mainly focusing on the planning students, but I assume there are a couple of students coming from different department as well. So I plan to previously I have multiple times taught this course before, but this semester I revised most of the structure because of the some course change, and I also expanded my knowledge not only for urban design or design focused digital communication to more general digital communication, targeting more how to present well throughout the more PowerPoint and layout design. And even though oral presentation wise, I also wanted to give some tips as well. So I sense there are a couple of students coming from non urban design, landscape, or urban planning background. So in such case, still you are eligible to take this course, and you could get some knowledge in terms of the digital communication about the more general presentation skills together. But still, we do a little bit about the spatial design approach, digital communication. So you can eventually learn how to make a more spatial design throughout this digital communication approach. So this course is mainly based on the online. There's no in-person kinds of the course or teaching structure, but you can still, reach out to me if you need any help, and I can set up some meeting throughout the more kinds of the in-person office hour as well. So I might want to start with the more kinds of the syllabus overview and what I will cover throughout this course. That's the just the first week. There's no kinds of assignment or module at this moment. Just you could take this video and you can understand what courses and what topics will be covered throughout this course. So this is a syllabus that you can see, and you can find the syllabus from the Canvas. So currently, I just uploaded the syllabus right now, but I will upload the PDF file of the presentation, overview of the syllabus and presentation, first day of the presentation. And you can find the most of the file throughout this module. So then you can download, and I will also set up the submission, some of the assignment that you could submit. So if you go to syllabus, you can as I said, you can download this one. But I will every week and Monday, I will email you and what I uploaded and how to download and what to see throughout the canvas and even the material. And let me start with the course syllabus. Uh, so this is a European 220 and Plan 624 that I mentioned. And this is an online course. And here's my information. My office is a Scott Building and 107C. And you can email me, of course, if you have any question. And office hour, currently I just set some empty slot, but still, whenever you have any schedule meeting with me, then please email me, then I can let you know my confirmed schedule. And this course is mainly focused on the communication techniques and process in environmental design and planning professions. So that will cover mostly representation of the concept and computing fundamental design productions in graphical format. So you can not only learn each kinds of the skill throughout the Adobe program as well as Revit and InDesign, but you can also learn how to make a better poster design and better kinds of format of the layout design. So graphic is a language of design. So this format is to help you to improve your communication skills. But at the same time, always you need your own kinds of the document and your creative ideas to be transferred and converted into more design kinds of the outcome. So this course, although we are not using kinds of your own kinds of project because it's not a studio course, but by practicing and by learning throughout your practice, you can learn most of the skill set to translate the preliminary design concept into various forms of digital representation. And it will include, some of the more tools I will explain a little bit more, but basically you will do learn by doing. So which means you can practice by following my instruction and you can learn how to use such kinds of program. Currently, we don't have AutoCAD. We will do more Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Revit. That is covered throughout this first course. So we actually have two digital communication course. One is this course, and second one is more targeting advanced skill set. If you are more interested in, you can find it in European 320. But as a planning wise, this is the only one as a electric course. And not only for you to learn each kinds of skill set, you can understand the entire design workflow and graphic software programs that are mostly used in the urban planning and urban design. And you can also learn how to make a better kinds of the technical drawings and graphical representation used in urban design, landscape architecture, and urban planning. And I put the learning outcomes, but this is old version, sorry. And AutoCAD is not anymore in my course, and we will replace AutoCAD with the Revit. And we can more focus on general kinds of the site analysis and layout design and base map drawing. Those will be covered throughout this course as well. And so that the program wise, what you have to install is we need Adobe Creative Cloud. So we will use Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. Those three will be main kinds of the module, and we will also learn Revit. So when I check Adobe program, I will explain a little bit more with the more slides, but Adobe program wise, you might want to double check if you are employee or as a RA or TA or graduate assistant, then you could probably have to get the Adobe Creative Cloud as a free, but as a student wise, I assume you need to purchase. I will let you know the website. So you could go to, actually you could go to here, but you can check the student account, then you should have discounted version. But in any way, Adobe program is required for you to install. If you are taking this course as a in-person course, then you can utilize a school computer, but I'm not sure. So you are taking this course throughout the your home or the other place. So those Adobe programs are required for you to purchase. And Revit is actually free, so you can go to this link, then you can get the free download throughout the official website by using your Tamil email. But I will let you know how to install later once we start with the Revit program. And if you have any question, I don't know, program-wise, again, we will use those kinds of basic tool, but you should at least install everything in your own computer to follow my course. And grading wise, here's the info. Assignments wise, we have four modules. First one is the Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and Revit. Here's the thing, because typically when we do the design process, the first phase is more focusing on the 2D drawing, and then we need to actually trace the line, and then that's the 2D drawing, and then you might want to build 3D modeling. Then you could make some renderings throughout the Photoshop and create some of the diagram and infographic or mapping throughout the Illustrator, and you can make a layout design by using InDesign. That's the typical process. But this time I kind of switch a little bit order because the Revit is new item that is somehow after having more discussion with European planning coordinators, we decide to have Revit as one of the requirement for this European 220 and Plan 624. So, this is pretty advanced program, so I don't want you to be overwhelmed with this advanced program at the beginning. So I might want to start with the more general base map design and how to do some of the rendering and master planning and how to make an infographic. Such things should be done first, and then I want to explain Revit program. So those are the typical, my course kinds of the direction. And you, so basic, the way that you should do is watch all the videos that I will upload every Monday. So weekly videos will be posted on Canvas every Monday, but there could be some of the multiple videos if needed. Then in such case, I will announce via email so you can catch up if based on my email and complete all the course assignment independently and submit all the assignments on time. So we don't have any weekly assignment. I will let you know how to do and what to do starting from next week. But in terms of for example, of the assignment one, Photoshop, there should be multiple Photoshop assignment within this module. Then you could follow up and finish all and then submit at the end of this module. So that's the one that you should submit all the assignments on time. And sometimes I will upload some of the class material. If those are too big, then it will be located in Google Drive. Otherwise, you can get all files in the Canvas. But this time, I'm not very sure because if the video memory size is too big, then I probably share the link or YouTube so that you can take a look. And if you have any question, please reach out to me. And at the same time, this week, because always at the beginning of the week, I'm although this is an online course, I wanna do have a meeting with the individual throughout the Zoom. So it will only take a 10 minutes slot, but I will also inform you to do the pre-survey and how much you are confident in your levels of the digital communication based on the each kinds of program. At the same time, I might want to hear from you about your course and what you want to achieve throughout this course. So based on that one, I might want to have a meeting with you individually, and then I want to target your kinds of personal goal, and then I want to help. Although most of the course has not been done as an individual, everything that one you have to do is to just watch my video and just to do your homework. But at the beginning of the course and at the end of the course, I might want to have an individual meeting with you to confirm how much your level of the digital communication has been improved. So I will email you so that you can check the time slot that you could have a meeting with me this week. And assignments, I already explained most of one, but yeah, here's the thing. So you are expected to submit each assignment to Canvas, but you don't necessarily to upload the file to Google Drive. This time, as I said, I can, if needed, I can upload some file using the Google Drive. Otherwise, you can just take a look Canvas. And please make sure, because this is an online course, so late submission, that means we don't have any attendance. So that late submission, on time submission is a key. So please keep in mind if you are late in your class or not class, your submission, you will deduct the course score. So please read carefully this part. The schedule, and so here's the schedule. First week, while you're watching this video, then your work is done actually. So you are in the middle of your kinds of the week. Ah, so here is the syllabus. So you can find the first week we do the syllabus overview, orientation, and I will email you with the time slot. You should check the that schedule and having a meeting that's the done for the first week, and you should complete the pre-survey as well. And from the second week to fifth week, we will focus on the Photoshop. So we will learn some of the creative work, and we will make a base map and collage graphic and some of the techniques for site analysis. And we will learn master plan rendering at the city level and site level. And we will utilize some of the map by learning mapping by using the Illustrator and develop more data visualization. So then we will learn layout design. I will cover 1 week for PowerPoint design as well. And then Adobe InDesign for 2 weeks. Then layout design will be covered for 3 weeks. and the last one is a Revit. So anyone will learn the Revit program. So that's the Revit, or you can ignore this own project, but you will learn Revit, everyone, at this, yeah, once you take this course. Then those are the, yeah, basic schedule. So again, your assignment will be done after my lecture. Then there will be, or you should submit that one after finish the week. Then I will give one more week as a, yeah, more kinds of the so yeah, digital communication wise, that's the just basic information that you can see. I mostly covered throughout the syllabus, but I wanted to show some visualization because this is a digital communication course. Verbally, you might want to understand, but you cannot grab the whole picture without showing this can be seeing this kinds of the visualization. So this course, oops, yeah. So I also wanted to show how to render these kinds of the drawing and graphic that I created when I was actually graduate students. And so some of the rendering throughout the Photoshop, and those are my portfolio work, but you can also learn how to match the font and color and everything, more kinds of organized format, because you can learn how to make each kinds of the skill, but the important thing is how to package and how to arrange those work more kinds of the professional level. They will be also covered throughout this course as well. So I already told you graphics are the language of design and planning, but what I want to also explain is not just focusing on each kinds of graphic, but I created this presentation slides previously, but still those font size, and the key is how to make everything more visually attractive and readable. So you could also take a look these kinds of slides well. So why digital communication matters in landscape architecture, urban design, and urban planning. Of course, previously everything was done throughout the hand, but now we could utilize digital communication, images, and some of the software to make some rendering and graphic. Even when you do site analysis and infography, you can visually explain that one well, not just each by each, but more organized format. So, and then you can also express some of the graphic. This is a daytime, and you can show the nighttime. And nowadays, you can easily find a Google Street View image or Google Earth, then you can show before and after image more easily. And you can also utilize a visualization techniques for your research or some of your verbal presentation. So I already explained about the course, but contents wise, by using one, at least once you have this skill set, then you can also convert your ideas into more conceptual graphic when you want to explain that one by using more kinds of digital com. And plan drawing wise, you can make this beautiful rendering and also utilize some collage skills to by using the Photoshop, doing some of the rendering that is more kinds of expression or kinds of rendering, and diagram and infographic wise. I also want to let you know how to make it, and perspective drawing, bird's eye view, and some of the section drawing that is mostly used in urban design and landscape architecture. And digital communication tool-wise, previously I taught AutoCAD, but this time, and SketchUp, but this time's now. So Photoshop and Illustrator and Revit and InDesign as well. So basically, InDesign can show how to more kinds of quickly more organize the layout, and that is widely used even when you do some of the technical report. And although you are not in the landscape or urban design program, you will eventually need to submit some of the report kinds of the packet. Then this InDesign can help you to making more kinds of better professional level of the work. And I already covered the syllabus, so I might want to skip this part. And so those are the digital communication work that was done in my earlier courses. So earlier past students, so they did some of the rendering by using the first tracing the line to the drawing throughout the more 3D. And this is a good way for you to practice by finding good kinds of designer, and then you might want to kinds of trace the line, and then that's the way to work as a more kinds of the improve your creativity as well as your digital communication techniques. So I just wanted to show the past work, but this format is slightly different. As I said, we are not going to use any kinds of the definite some project. Previously, I said one side so that each student need to complete each kinds of side project. But this time, I might want to explain more Photoshop, Illustrator, more general kinds of skill sets together. Those are past work. So somehow this course might be slightly different from the earlier work, but I still just wanted to show what I taught before and what previous students learned. And you can also learn part of these kinds of work as well. So those are the renderings, then you can explain and express. And using the Illustrator, you can also do site analysis and kinds of site location mapping and some diagram and how to use the pictogram and some of the more infographic style. So this is pretty new because those are coming from my studio course that I taught. But what I want to highlight this digital com class is something more like this version, how to lay out well and how to more utilize a color well, and even though more balanced kinds of the graphic and font and more typography together. And also some of the mapping and some graphic style that are used in urban design, urban planning, and landscape architecture and mapping and poster design and layout design. So those will be basically covered. So you can take a look this PowerPoint slides, but you should find the Adobe program. I checked the website before. So if you, I don't know exactly, because as a faculty wise, it's free for us to utilize. But Adobe Creative Cloud, I'm not very sure. When I check here, yeah, it's all full-time employees, part-time employees, and faculty can utilize this Adobe program. So if you are the some graduate assistant, then you might want to double check if you are eligible to download. But still, you might want to double check. The other website that said, I'm not also very sure. You might want to test if you are eligible to utilize because it says a certain department or some engineering colleagues can utilize this license, but you might want to double check. Check with the help desk if you don't know. If you don't know your status, then I still want you to go to the student discount version. So because we will use Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, so those are, if you purchase each one as a subscription for each one, it may be more costly. So that I believe you might want to check this kinds of student version with the Creative Cloud Pro. So because we eventually utilize Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. So again, the program is required. So right before starting with the second week of the semester, you should download and yeah, check the status of your way to get the Adobe program. Eventually, you should have it before taking the second week. And if you have any question, always you can reach out to me. One, I will email you with the link. So firstly, you might wanna complete this survey. Basically, I might just wanna understand your current status of the confidence level of your digital communication. So how much you are confident in with the presentation skills and visual communication and each kinds of rendering program. Photoshop, Illustrator, Revit, and InDesign. What I want to also hear from you is about what's your personal goal and what you want to achieve throughout this digital communication course. At the meeting with the individual meeting this week, I might want to, you can also submit this one, but before having a meeting, I might want to see your kinds of the short answer about that one. And I also want to kinds of communicate with you about this portion so that if there is anything that I can help more individually, I would like to support you to improve such certain skill set throughout this digital communication. So please make all details with these kinds of your personal goal. And at the same time, if there is anything that I should know about you, in terms of your learning styles, your interests, and some of the personal circumstances, please leave it first, comment this one first in this page. Then we might also want to discuss at the meeting of our individual time. So that's the course information, and I will email you with the description. So you might want to see this video together with email. Then you could check which time slot you're gonna do and where you need to find this survey as well. All right, then thank you so much taking the first week. So please enjoy the first week of the your semester and see you next week. And before next week, let's meet at the individual meeting time. So see you soon.